Hey, what's going on, guys? Mark Dickens here with MDP Air. Today I'm going to unbox a Mavic. I know we've seen this 100 times, probably even 1,000 times for an unboxing, but I just want to let you know that I'm not actually probably going to be flying this. This unboxing is for fitting parts to it, like you see here with these landing gear. These are some landing gear that are going to go on the back and on the legs to raise that Mavic up ever so slightly. That's what I bought this for, is to fit some 3D printed parts that I'm making. We have a couple different things coming out. We have a maze drop, a leg extension, and then there's going to be a snowshoe, as well as the Mavic is going to get some external lighting with either a Lume Cube or one of those other external lighting. So I'm making them out for that there. So let's check it out. This is the unboxing. I've had it here sitting on my desk for about 3 to 4 days, and I'm going to get right into it right here. You see there's a couple things on the outside of the box. It says void if damaged, as on the front and the back, I guess for tampering. This is DJI's method of getting these shipped out to you and letting you know that there's nothing wrong with them. So outside box is a cardboard box that looks typical of China and their shipments. So we're going to cut right into this here. I'm going to avoid that if damaged. It definitely is damaged now. Now inside, once you get in here, there is going to be little billing information, stuff like that, obviously down the side, and then out comes Mavic. Nothing else in the box. We'll get rid of that over there and send that on its way. And as you can see here, it comes with a nice box for the Mavic Pro. This is a USA version, obviously, here, and let's see what else there's any information on the back. Just the standard information that you would see on purchasing this here. No updates on the 2017 versions. The front looks just like that. It's going to be a pretty awesome bird to fly as soon as I can fly it. On the outside here, there's a safety it's a security tab that says, hey, we're going to open this here. It's all sealed up. Let's go ahead and open that one there. Now the box, I don't know if the box could be used for a carrying case, because I mean, well, it identifies what's in there, one, and then two, maybe it could. This is the first time I've seen a Mavic, in a case like this here. This would be really good if you could create a lock, which I might do. I might try to create some type of a locking mechanism that goes on here and adheres to here with some double-sided tape, and maybe just something that, again, prevents this from opening up accidentally, almost like a laptop bag or something of that nature. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is, like I said, get inside here. Inside of this is the Mavic Pro, as you can see here. Everything is already sealed up just like it was. I have not pulled anything out. Looks like there's a little, all the power unit supply stuff is contained within this little plastic suspension. And there's a silicone gel in here, obviously to keep the moisture and humidity out. Looks like we have a couple of different adapters here. This looks like a micro USB to HDMI, mini HDMI. This is your power cord to plug into your charger. And what is this one here? Is this another one? Looks like a female HDMI to maybe micro USB, and a micro USB to regular USB. Let's jump into the controller. The controller is here. As you can see here, this is model GLA200. This controller feels very substantial. It does not feel flimsy and toy-like I've seen and what I thought it would feel like there. The only thing about it is the size of it. The size of it fits in my hands. My hand's about 7 inches from here to here. It fits in the hands real well, but like I say, when I look at it, I thought it felt really toy-like and unsubstantial, I guess you could say. But now actually holding it in my hand, it feels pretty good. It does not feel like a toy. It feels like they put some thought into it. And so let's open up these arms here and see what that yields. So I guess you would slide your tablet inside here. You're going to put that tablet in here and hook up two, which looks like to be standard with a lightning cable. So they put the lightning cable in here for your tablet, so that when you are going to be using the whatever tablet, it looks like they prefer you to use an iPad because they stick that in here. All right, so when you power it up, it has a charge to it right there. Battery 47%. It will let you know. I guess you push and hold twice, just like you do on all of them. It's going to open up and start up for you right there. 47% connecting. We'll go ahead and shut that down for just a minute so we can get right through this. Let's fold it up. And just like I was saying, all the DJI drones have the same push once, hold, and that's going to power it up for you. When I first saw this drone here, I tell you what, I initially thought it was a lot larger than it was, but this Mavic is, like I say, My hand's about 7 inches, and you can see here that it is roughly the size of my hand folded up and all self-contained like that. So it does have a gimbal guard on the front here that blocks everything off, and then behind that, this is like a little soft rubber piece. Behind that is another gimbal shield or guard. They recommend that you don't fly with that on, I guess. Keeps airflow allowing going through the front of the drone here. On the top, there's a turn off and on power button. As you notice right here, it has 2 bars of battery. These arms fold out. We'll see what's underneath here and behind it. Get those tangled up. There we go. Propellers are just floating around there. And we're going to go ahead and do this one here. So some of the propellers are connected, some are not. At least that's what I'm looking at. I don't see any other propellers in here. Am I missing them? That's really weird. Ah, that's funny. 2 of the propellers are connected and 2 of them are not. Maybe that's the way they designed this here in the box. But when you open this up, don't fret, they are in the bottom. They're actually in the bottom right here where you saw me pull those out. We're going to go ahead and just take a peek, a little bit more of this drone. The underneath of it here, you can see that there's some radar sensors or the sonar sensors, and then an optical sensor here, so when it is landing, it can detect and see what's underneath it here. The drone itself, let me move this out of the way. So this drone is actually a lot smaller than I thought it was, and that's what's crazy about this is when I first saw it, I thought it was about the size of maybe the Phantom, maybe a little bit bigger when they were advertising it, but the scaling on it is amazing. It fits in the palm of your hand. This is a perfect drone for traveling. When I say traveling, I mean putting it in your carry-on and taking it with you wherever you're going there. So let's see what else we got here. Again, we got a foam pad that keeps some things from impact, keeps it impact free. And then we've got the DJI charger for a single battery just like this. I did not elect to get the kit here since I am going to be fitting parts to it. That's what I like here. So the propellers, they look to be another proprietary type of propeller from DJI. It does not have the standard propeller that you would see on the Phantom 2, 3, 1, or any of those other ones. Another type of method that somehow or another locks on, and it does pretty easy. Again, this is the first time that I've touched this drone. I was able to put the propellers on. I don't know if there's a particular order that they go in. More than likely, but you know, I will be able to find out a little bit later when I do pop open the instruction manual if there is one included. It does not look like it. I've already pulled out 2 sets of propellers. It looks like there's another 2 more, so they ship you with a total of 6 propellers. Let me clean some of this up for you guys so you're not looking at a mess. Okay, so we are looking at, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 propellers. So you get a spare set of propellers in here. And if my assumptions are right, they all look like a universal propeller, unlike with the Phantoms. The Phantoms have a little bit different. They have a black and a white where they have to all kind of sync up and you got to print them on correctly. But again, I will find out when I go through and look through the manual and see what is going on. So that's pretty much the drone right there. Let's see, this one is having a hard time. So maybe there is an order to it. Let's see if this one goes on. And actually there's a white, a black, and a white. So that tells me right there, I've got to look for a white and a black, and I got it right here. I identified it. As you can see, there's a white ring around the top and a black ring around the top. So again, without reading the instructions, I thought it was all universal propellers there, but again, they are going to have their specified location that they go on. Black on the front left and rear right, and white on the front right and rear left. So that's how that drone's going to go together there. So as I was mentioned, I didn't know if there was an instruction book. There is. Comes with a nice little handheld carrying here and alerting you that you have 48 hours to get the DJI Care, I think it is, Care Refresh. Keep them flying. So you can order that. You can check a link in the description. I will have a link to the store down here where you can order the DJI Care Refresh. But if you don't want to go that route, you can always go to State Farm if you live in most of the states in there. So we have a DJI quick guide. And it has a couple different languages in it here. It has what's in the box. We have the battery instructions and a disclaimer and safety guideline. I'll tell you what, the disclaimer and safety is thick as all of the other ones there. So the Mavic Pro safety guideline is all, no pictorials really, just all text and legal mumbo jumbo, I guess you would say. But it is stuff that you want to make sure that you do pay attention to. I am a 107 certified pilot here for UAS. So this is very important. You want to make sure that you read payload capabilities, flight duration, temperatures, and all that other stuff so that you do fly this within guidelines. So again, the Mavic Pro Intelligent battery safety guidelines, it has that in there, but probably how to charge it, keeping yourself safe when you're charging with LiPos, keep them an eye on them, and so on and so forth. So make sure we got everything in the box here. Let's look at it. Aircraft, controller, propeller pair, gimbal clamp, micro USB cable. I got a 16 gig card. Where is the card at on this guy? Does anybody know? Imagine it's right here. Yes, it is right here. Let's see if it is a 16 gig card. And it is. It is a 16 gig Lexar 633X micro SD. So they're shipping a pretty decent card in there. So when you get that, I know I've seen a lot of my Phantoms and some of the other drones come with just a little bit different of a memory card. Some of them came with a Sony, some of them came with a Lexar, and I think one came with a SanDisk. Now, one thing I noticed when I opened up the compartment down here is the Wi-Fi and RC transmission. So apparently, with either one of these, you can use a Wi-Fi transmission or the RC transmission. Currently, it is set on RC. I would recommend going and using RC. Wi-Fi has such a shorter range, but if there is interference maybe with the RC, you can use a Wi-Fi and create that ad hoc connection here, I believe it's called. So let's see what we got here. We have on the outside the battery, and I didn't get to take that off, but let's take a peek at it. There it is, the battery. Here's the drone. Battery was already installed. It goes in on a little slider method right there. It clicks in. One important thing, make sure your batteries are always secured in there so that way you don't lose your drone mid-flight from a crash there. And as I was mentioning with this gimbal guard in the front, I don't know how to take it off, but I was just looking, and there's an intake right behind the camera. So let's get in here and look at that. Let's take this gimbal clip off here, this gimbal guard, and now you can see that that camera does kind of flop around there pretty well. So looking at it, the camera has a really funky little tab up here. A lot of my friends are really weird about taking those tabs off that hold the plastic on. It looks like I can't really get in there and grab it, so I'm going to get some tweezers later on and lift that out of there, just so we don't have any heat retention behind that plastic there on the gimbal. But it looks like the gimbal's pretty good. It looks like you can pan up to about 30 degrees on this one as well, like most of your other drones. And that's going to be it right there. So, you guys, again, let me show you what I was talking about with the parts that I'm going to be fitting. I'm going to be making a couple different things. Right now, we have some strobes that we're going to be affixing to the back of these legs right here, and I made some clamps that go onto that based off the specs that I found online. So then the next thing that I want to be doing is these landing gear. There's a little tab on the back of this here. As you know, when this drone sits down, it's really low to the ground. So if you're in any kind of grass that is normal manicured grass like you would have in your front yard, you're going to have an issue taking off there. So what I've done is I've come up and I've created a couple of different methods of getting this drone up off the ground like that. Putting a foot right here, as you can see, which is this is the other leg. So let's get this in here. We're going to slide this on all the way down. Now we have that. We have that much more off the ground. So we're about 4 inches off the ground right here with these legs that we're putting together on the Mavic Pros. And again, some other things that we're going to be doing is a maze drop that fits either right on, let me take this off, it's either going to fit right on here, on the back of it, where you can fly a little maze drop around. You can look on my eBay link below, you can see what I have for the Phantom, but I may also have one of these here that I'm going to design that we can put together. It's going to be it's called a maze drop, so you would put a little ring on here, and then when you get to your desired location, you would flip your drone back and forth, and it will go through and fall down based off of that. So that way you don't have to modify any of your electronics. You can have a perfect maze drop with a low-tech solution, and that's it. So guys, I hope you appreciate the unboxing. Again, I know that you've probably seen this a bunch of times, but again, I want to show you a lot of the different things that I have. One other thing that I have for the controller is I'll be right back, and I'll grab that for you. All right, I am back, and like I said, I want to get one more thing that I have here for you. This is a gimbal guard protector that was created, and you basically put this down and slide it right over your joystick. This way it keeps your joysticks from getting jammed up and broken or broken off like that, and gives a little bit of screen protection right here on the front of the controller right here. So this is another thing that we have. I have two versions of this. One does not have the screen protector guard, and what I would recommend you do is then you can take a piece of Velcro strapping and put around the corner there, and that way your antennas stay down and you don't have to have any of that issue right there. So let's put these antennas up. Let me see what this looks like. I didn't even get to pull these antennas up. Yeah, again, there it goes. A little bit of DJI logo on the front right here. It looks like a cooling port, two controllers, two slider wheels. One is a limited slider wheel and the other one is unlimited. It will let you spin around. Camera and record. Looks like we have sport mode on the right over here. When you slide that forward, you're in sport mode. And I think that's about it. A USB port back here on the back, probably for charging. And that is it. So guys, again, I hope you appreciate the unboxing here. Again, I wanted to introduce a lot of our products that we're going to be having here. You can find them on eBay and more than likely Amazon shortly. But right now, if you have a question or you want something custom designed for the Mavic, you can always email me with the link below. So thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. It's Mark from ADP Air.